Good morning to everybody that is listening to us and that follows us in this message for the day. Today, again, we wake up with the war in Ukraine. It's not that it is the only war that has been going on in this world of ours, but it is very near the Western world. And the Western world is the world to which this family of meditators belong. The family of the International Foundation for Spiritual Unfoldment and all meditation societies that Guru Rachananda Yogi started back in 1976. Tomorrow we have a group meditation that we are holding, and I invite everybody that follows this message, all meditators from the International Foundation for Spiritual Unfoldment, from the Spanish Meditation Society in Spain, from the American Meditation Society in America, the Belgian Meditation Society in Brussels, well, the UK Meditation, British Meditation Society, and in general, to all the chelas of Guru Rachan organizations around the world, the Western world particularly, that teach the message and the teachings and the meditation techniques and methods that Guru Raj taught. It would be nice that we get all together to make a meditation, and then we will continue. We will do a chant and we will continue with a meditation, and during the meditation each of us in its own way will direct our Shakti, our prayer, our silent prayer to bring love to this world, because what is needed is that. The Beatles already said it, all you need is love. There is a lot of confusion today in the world post-truth world, they call it, so nobody knows what is the truth in the sense that there are so many truths out there that you cannot distinguish between one and the other. This is also happening in the spiritual, I don't know if to call it market or what, but in the spiritual teachings of this world, there are many, many, many teachers out there that are misleading other people. The title of the message today is, if you are attached, remove your anxiety. We all get attached. We get attached to things, we get attached to ideas, we get attached to people. And in the expectation of losing the object of our attachment, we might feel anxiety. Well, the problem is not in the attachment, the problem is in the anxiety. So, so remember, whatever attachments you have, learn to see them from another perspective, from the perspective of the One, Ishvara, the personal God that resides in you. Understanding this, realizing this, because understanding it would be very difficult or impossible, because the mind cannot grasp what Ishvara or the personal God is, or you have to become one with Ishvara to really grasp it, and then there is nothing. But that's another story. Nobody asks you to lose your desires. Nobody asks you to become totally non-attached, because your own nature is such that even the enlightened man must have that 2% attachment. Otherwise, he could not exist in a body. Understanding this little paragraph will make you understand that the only way you can know consciousness is through the mind, through the reflection of consciousness in the mind. To reach the Father, you have to go through the Son. You cannot know the manifestor but through its manifestation. You cannot know consciousness but through its reflection on the universal mind. And the universal mind and the personal God is the same thing. And even the enlightened man must have that 2% attachment to this body, which is part of that manifestation. Because without that 2% attachment, you could not exist in a body. You could not express here in this world. It is barely impossible to speak about these things. Only poetry could explain what this means. Have as many attachments as you want to have. If you have a 5-bedroomed house, there is nothing wrong with wanting to have a 10-bedroomed house. But are you craving for the 10-bedroomed house? Are you hankering for it? Is it going to bolster your ego self that I drive a better Cadillac than the Volkswagen my neighbor drives? What is happening here is that you are inflating your ego and creating unnecessary wants within you. And the very creation of these unnecessary wants brings you suffering and misery. Unnecessary wants. Is it an unnecessary want to bring the message of love, peace, and devotion? The teachings of the meditation techniques and spiritual practices that Guru Rachananda taught. The spiritual path that we call path of unfoldment, that goes from duality to non-duality, bringing duality and non-duality together. The teachings that we teach, that bring all spiritual traditions together under the same light. Is it an unnecessary want to get this mission fulfilled, which is what Guru Rachananda wanted to do? Guru Raj said that from 2020 to 2050, humanity was going through a big test. Big turmoil could happen and destruction of unknown dimensions could happen. His mission was bringing these teachings to the world to alleviate that or change that from happening. It's in our hands. So if you want to get together, all of us together, to at least meditate together and pray together to bring this message to this world of ours, which is in turmoil. Join us tomorrow. In our meditation, it will be held at 12 p.m. East Coast US time. Remember that you are changing to daylight time. It's tomorrow, Sunday, 12 p.m. daylight time, the day that changes. It will be 5 p.m. in European Central Time and 4 p.m. in UK. So you are all welcome. We will have an interpreter so that people that speak English or Spanish can follow. And in any case, it is just a meditation, so there will be not much words exchanged. It's only a prayer. So, thank you very much for listening. Today is just one day. The practice for today is look at your attachments from the perspective of Ishvara, of the one that resides within you. So whenever you feel an attachment to something, attach to that something like Ishvara is attached to all its creatures. You will understand this much better next year once you do all the practices that leads to this day. And remember, it's only one day, it's only one life, and you can only live it one day after another. So have a very beautiful day. Namaste.